It could be the most infamous fight at the White House since the aliens in Independence Day. Tomorrow night, the president celebrating his 80th birthday on the lawn of the White House under an octagon and next to a UFC cage. The event is costing $60 million and needs 7 different agencies to pull off. It'll even include a military flyover. And what would be an event these days without the Trump family profiting off of it? The Trump organization is promoting gold coins priced as high as $12,000. The Freedom 250 themed coins feature Trump's face, and the company says that the president himself had a hand in designing it. Now remember, the Suns have already licensed his name to promote phones, fragrances, crypto, golf courses, and a range of other business ventures. But just on the coins for just a second, they have claimed that this is part of celebrating America's 250th birthday. It's June. It happens to be the president's birthday, and they are selling coins with the president's face on it and personally taking that money. How is that not something that Republicans are more up in arms about?
Well, the political inducement here is not to be up in arms about it, especially since Democrats are going to spend the majority of their time in the majority of Congress investigating this presidency for acts that are designed to enrich the family. We have the appearance of it. We don't have the facts, and I think Democrats will spend a lot of time.
You don't think it's a fact that if they are selling $12,000 coins, they are benefiting off of literally the president's name and likeness and an event that is partially taxpayer funded?
Yeah, most likely.
That's not a supposition. Like, that's a fact.
Yeah, and an investigatory mechanism designed to establish that with evidence as opposed to supposition.
What evidence do you need?
You need an investigation to establish.
I think
criminal
Trump or I'm not saying I'm not
impeachable offenses. That's something you actually have to investigate.
Listen, I am actually not calling it criminal. I'm just saying on its face,
it could be.
The money is going from the American people using the president as leverage and into the pockets of his own family, okay? His family organization, that as soon as he's out of the office, he goes right back to run. So that is just on its face. It doesn't require any investigation. I guess I'm just asking, if you are worried about being investigated, why aren't Republicans doing more to stop the president from doing things that will prompt investigations? He feels clearly emboldened, so they just keep doing more and more and more.
Why didn't Joe Biden put the reins around his son when he was getting a sweetheart deal with Burisma and selling access to Joe Biden? He's not interested in policing his family.
Okay.
Also, Hunter Biden was also investigated at some point for all sorts of things and eventually indicted. And so this Justice Department would actually, but this Justice Department wouldn't actually investigate Don Jr., for example, for any of the acts that he is doing. And I think that the president feels emboldened because the Supreme Court has essentially said that he can do whatever he wants while he is the president of the United States.
We're investigating all history, but Joe Biden's department investigated him, yes. And then the president intervened, and then they offered Joe Biden an immunity deal and guarantees to not be prosecuted in the future.
And the Trump Justice Department also looked into the Hunter Biden thing, and they produced nothing.
I'm sorry?
The Trump Justice Department, you might remember, wanted to looked into this too. Also produced no prosecution of Hunter Biden. So it's not just the Bidens.
Well, no, there was recommended to prosecute Hunter Biden, and then Joe Biden validated.
Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump have violated the law, and I don't need a oversight committee to tell you that they've done that. I can tell you that Donald Trump, from his office and behind the Resolute desk, have literally said that you should go out and buy XYZ stock while he's actually purchased that stock multiple times.
Right.
I can tell you that there have been boards that Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump have been a part of, that the White House has pressured them, or their Department of Justice has actually given them contracts in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to, there's no...
In this country, you do. In this country, we say, on camera, we say allegedly, when someone is accused of a crime and not convicted of a crime. So we do actually have to be a little more circumspect.
To me, I think let's put the grifting aside. I think it's crazy that a president at this moment, where Americans are drowning, is throwing himself a $60 million birthday party. I mean, moms are choosing between like rent and childcare. To me, he's like modern day Marie Antoinette, right? Let them eat cake.
All right, next for us, Republicans appear to be putting masculinity on the ballot.